Lock the door so I can have 2 minutes apiece. Anyhow, I watched Portugal when they went over there, and that was pretty turned. And then Jackie's wedding. Congratulations, Jackie, on your 20th wedding and 20th wedding anniversary. But I'll talk about the reunion show. My opinion, just my opinion, on the Duffy and the Tammy argument. I think they're both wrong, but they're both right on the same argument about the same thing. And what I mean by that is, okay, for Duffy, I think that Duffy saying that she's worked with this person, in my opinion, I feel like she was letting Tammy know, like, I have worked with a lot of people, so this is not my first video. This is not the first person I worked with. Now, on the other hand, I understand why Tammy got offended, because she was hearing that Duffy she works with big people, like that Tammy's daughter is not nothing. So, like I said, they were both wrong and they were both right at the exact same time on the exact same subject. And what I think made me lean more towards Tammy than Duffy was for the simple fact that Tammy, she talked about it, she said what she said, she stopped talking about it. It was like over. But Duffy kept talking. And I know she probably don't know Tammy's temper, but somebody needs to tell her, because the restraint that Tammy gave Duffy was beyond. It was beyond, because I knew Tammy from the Real World days. Yeah, like back in them days. Like, I watched, what was it, Real World Seattle that she was on? I don't remember the Pacific one, because I watched all of them. But I don't remember the Pacific one that she was on, but I watched it. And I know how 0 to 100 and 1.1. And her not laying, well, I can't really say hands, because she did push her out of the studio, but she didn't punch her. She didn't beat her down. Duffy walked out. She got a little nudge, but she walked out. And when Duffy said, I don't want to whoop your bleep in front of your daughter. Okay, see, no, don't cuss me in front of my daughter, because my daughter knows I bars none. So me whooping up on your head would be nothing new to her. And me restraining shows that, okay, my mama was for real when she said she was in therapy and she's just going to try to walk away. I mean, so, like, I understand why Tammy got mad, because, mama bears ain't nothing to play with. And Duffy had that stick poking, not intentionally. I really don't think it was intentional poking at Tammy's daughter. Because like on the reunion today, she's like, I had no disrespect for Jazz. And I really do believe that she meant no disrespect to Jazz by naming all the people she worked with. But I do understand as a mother, if somebody's like, my daughter is the best gymnast, or like my daughter works with Shawn Johnson, Simone Biles, Dominique Dobbs, Dominique Mucciano. Yes, I threw back because they were my two favorite. But anyhow, like that she works with them. Why wouldn't my daughter want to do a routine with you? And it's like, well, bitch, what you saying? What are you saying about my kids? Like that my kids is not... What? No. But I'm saying that my kid, like, all I'm hearing is that my kids are not good enough to do a floor routine, do a routine with your kid that did routines with these big people. So I totally understand where Tammy's coming from. And like I said, I totally understand where Duffy's coming from. She wasn't saying that she works with all these big people, that she did all this to be like that your daughter's nothing. She was just saying, like, okay, like I have did DJing videos, like whatever, for other people, and they just so happen to be famous. Now maybe that's not what she meant, but that's what I guess I chose to justify in my head that Duffy was saying. And like I said, on the other hand, that might not be what Tammy was saying, but that's what I chose to justify in my head what Tammy was saying. That you insulted my daughter, and now I got to insult you or assault you. So that was just my little 2 cents, my little tea. Let me get my bottle. My little tea. Hold on that subject. Anyhow, on another note, but same kind of note, people saying that Tammy's too old to get pregnant, I don't believe that. My heart goes out to her and her significant other on their miscarriages, and that they are at a point now that they're trying the next step in their process of having a baby. I have never been pregnant. I have never had a miscarriage. I've never had a child. So, like that, like I can't imagine. I think I'd be crazy. I'd be in somebody's nut house. I think that's why I never been pregnant, because I really don't think mentally, or I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, I mean, people that has lost a child and that has like had that loss are way stronger than people could think. Even if it was like, if they knew they were pregnant for one day and had a miscarriage, that still is no better than having a baby or losing a child at 50. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it still was my child. Even if it wasn't born, even if I only knew for one day, that one day would have been the best day, if you were trying to have a child and for it to be lost. And so, my thoughts, my heart goes out to her and her significant other and her family on that. What else did I watch? I think that's all that I watched today. I've been watching YouTube videos mostly all day. I watched The Breakfast Club, and it was the what's her name? Tara? No. Lil Wayne's baby mama. Regine's mama. Sorry, I forgot her name. But I watched hers with, on Breakfast Club, her little thing. And then I watched Kevin Hart, which I love Kevin Hart. I love him. And I have a list. He's one of my black husbands. It's funny because my original list of black husbands was, let's see, Kevin Hart, Bruce, Ricky Smiley, Marlon Woods. Who was the fifth? What? Oh, Morris Chestnut. Love me some Morris. Now, I redefine my list for black husbands. Kev, okay. And Bruce got off the list only because he lost weight. And I mean, I'm happy that he lost weight. He lost it for his health. Good job, Bruce. Good job. I like big men. So that's why Bruce kind of, he kind of fell off the list. And Kev, he's on the list, but it's not like, he's still on the list, I should say. But it's like, I kind of gave up my list a little bit. And then Marlon Woods, I haven't really, not since 06, last thing I heard from him. And I don't even know if people know who Marlon Woods is. He's a chef. And let's see, Marlon Woods. Oh yeah, I forgot about Tay Diggs. Now Tay Diggs, he could still be on the list because that's a chocolate drop. That's a chocolate drop. That's that nice eye candy. So Tay Diggs, he could still be on the list, and I'll leave Morris because Morris is another Morris. He's a nice he's nice eye candy also. You know what? I'm gonna leave Kevin because I realized the reason why Tay and Morris is on the list is because they're dark chocolate. And what people don't know about me is I never been in a relationship with a black guy. Yes, I know I'm black, but I never been. And it's my personal preference. But I tell people this: if I'm gonna date a black guy, he has to be black, because I like dark skin guys. And Kevin, Morris, and Tay fits that bill. And actually Marlon Woods fit that bill also. But I haven't heard nothing from him. So it's like, it's not that I liked him because he was famous. I liked him because, like, he was nice on the eyes. I liked it. And I was fat. Well, I'm still fat. But back then, you can buy me with a freaking whatever. And he was a chef. And in my head, he cooked me dinners and was just nice to look at. Oh, yes, he had me. But I'm just saying, so I liked it, Marlon Woods, because he was nice on the eyes and he can cook. And I guess I like a guy that can make me laugh, because Morris and Kevin, of course, and Tay Diggs, they all crack me up, make me laugh. So yeah, I guess that's what it is. What was the top 5 white guys or white actors? Okay, well, my first, not really, I guess white famous. My first and always will be my first, you know what, I'm not going to say always because it rotated around, but as of 2016, as of oh 07, because I think I didn't discover what they looked like until I met Gary. So let's just say 07. First and foremost, love me some Paul McCartney. I wish I was back in the 70s. I wish I knew him when he was younger. I wish I could have seduced him. I'm just saying, I want to meet him now. I want to be like, he needs to divorce his wife, and congratulations if you getting married, I think 2 or 3 years ago. But he needs to go on and divorce her and marry me. I don't even want, like, I would sign all the prenups. I don't want none of your money. I don't want none of your fame. I just want you. Paul McCartney, love him. And it's funny because his daughter name is the same thing as my mama, but anyhow, that'd be kind of weird. But anyhow, and then Brian off the Backstreet Boys, Brian Luttrell, love him, been loving him since 97, and love him no less. Oh, I tell you what, if I couldn't have met him and he's like, just come to the back room, I would already been back there and butt naked. I'm sorry to be TMI, be a little graphic, but I'm just saying, I love them. I probably won't do that now that we're both adults. I can control myself, but I'm telling you, I love Brian. Love him still to this day. And then, third person, Tom Sizemore. I love Tom Sizemore. I really do. Like, Gary doesn't understand why, but I do. I think... And it's really weird because, like, I don't think I liked him when he was younger. Like, I didn't think he was cute. But, like, the older Tom, I like the older Tom. I really do. And then I found out we have the same birthday. So, that's a bonus. That'd be like Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas. They have the same birthday and they're married. Hey, Tom, hit me up. So yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And I think the 25 years apart, I don't know how many years me and Tom Sizemore are apart. Maybe 10 years. I don't know how old he is. I'm 32, so however many years we are, that's how far we are apart. And then so Paul McCartney, Brian from the Backstreet Boys, Tom Sizemore, you know what, it switches. I like Liam Neeson, but that's just, I think it's the accent. Daniel Craig, love Daniel Craig. I think maybe I just like the bad buttness, bad assness, whatever, of him. So Daniel Craig, which is weird because I don't like skinny guys, and I like Ray Fiennes. I like him too, which is Vlogtober. Love Vlogty. I am Slytherin all the way. I love Vlogty. So that's why I like him, is because I like Vlogty. But yeah, so I think I like him because of the character. I don't know if it's really him, but I like Daniel Craig. Both on and like the interviews that I've seen, I haven't, like, he didn't like be rude and like snooty in his interviews. So I guess I would like him. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so I think that's it. Oh, okay. Well, let's do Jet Li and Chow Yun-fat. Ah, love them. Love, like, hands down. Like, let's go. Like, I would date the mess out of them. So yeah, love Jet Li, love Chow Yun. So yeah, I think that's all the guys that, like, celebrity wise. YouTube wise, who I would like if I could date, I can't think of one. I mean, Gary, but I mean, I know him personally, he lives with me. I can't think of a YouTube guy, black or white or any other, that I'll be like, oh yes, I wish he was single so I can date him. I guess I would like to date Shane, but not because not that he's a handsome guy and he's a baby to me. Anybody younger than me is a baby to me, and he's just 29. So he's a baby, so I wouldn't. But I would only like to date Shane Dawson. What? There's what? Well, tell Daddy to get the spider out of the house. Okay. 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 But I would only date Shane Dawson just so I can play with his fat. I know, weird, gross, but that's like my honest truth. Like, if I met Shane Dawson and like we dated, which I know will never happen. I mean, I'm just saying, if it ever did, I'd be like, Shane, like, dude, you gotta sleep with no shirt off so I can play with your fat. It's weird. but that is my weirdness. I like fat guys. And I actually dated this guy. What? Yeah, hold on. Let me let them in. Hold on. So yeah, only, like, I dated this one guy. And when we very first started talking, like, we were friends, and when we talked, like, we talked for 2 years, a little over 2 years on the phone, and like, we talked for a year before we realized that we knew each other, but not knew each other. Cut on the light. Now get down. That we knew each other because he dated my mom, not my mama, my mom. Rest in peace, Mom. I love you. He dated her, and I didn't know that, and I was just like, well, I really don't care. I mean, she's happily married now. And actually, that's the very first day. That's the very first time I talked to him. Was he called a day? Stop, Savannah. Hold on. He called a day before she was. Well, she didn't get married that next day, but she was supposed to got married the next day, but she didn't because of the man. Can't stand him. He didn't show up. It was his birthday. It was October the 18th. So, like, the very first time I talked to Dale was the 17th, and it was the day before she was, supposed to got married, but she didn't get married on the 18th. I think she ended up getting married in November. Or it was like a week after that, because he finally came into town and they got married the next day. But anyhow, but yeah, that's the very first time I talked to him. And then I didn't talk to Dale again, so it was like October the 17th. And then I didn't talk to him again until like January, like end of January. And this was, very first time I talked to him was 05. Yeah, and then I talked to him January of 06, like the end of January. So yeah, we went that long, and we weren't friends like at that first time. And then we talked for a whole year, about a year, a good 11 months, if not a full year, before we realized, oh, because he was like, like before we was like, oh yeah, you know her? Yeah, I know her. And then he's like, oh, I used to date her. What?
I hear something.
Yeah, that's the washer. And when he's like, oh, I used to date her, I'm like, you're that Dale. And he's like, oh, you're that Marquita. Now, I don't know how many Marquitas live in Knoxville. Well, actually, I'm not even going to say that because I know 3 personally. I went to school with them. But anyhow, so yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how many Marquitas would live in Knoxville. But yeah, I knew 3 personally. I don't remember what the... Yeah, well, go ask Daddy for juice. Like, I graduated with 2 of them, I think. If not, like, I know I ate lunch with 1. Well, 2, actually, technically. I ate lunch with 1 off and on. She was friends with this girl that I met on the very first day of school. Well, okay, I'll get you some in a minute, please. And then,
I got some dress and my swimsuit.
No, Savannah, please stop. And then the other girl, I'm going to say I didn't graduate with the second one because I don't remember if she was in 11th or 12th grade. Because, like, I went to Austin East for my last 5 months of school because I was in state custody, and I left, like, I signed myself out of state custody. And so, I graduated with 1 girl named Marquita. I know that for sure. Because her last name started with a W, mine is with an R. And, I think she was maybe 3 people behind me. So yeah, I know specifically I graduated with her. And then it was, and the one that I graduated was, me and her was the only one out of the 4 Marquitas, you know, including me. We were the only 2 to spell their name the same. Everybody else spelled their name. I think one was M-A-R-K-E-T-A, and then the other one I think was M-A-R-Q-U-T-T-A or something like that. I think she had 2 T's and I only got 1 T. I'm just M-A-R-Q-U-I-T-A. And so I think one had 2 T's and the other one was a K-E-T-A or something like that. So yeah, so that was just weird. And then, no, oh yeah, so I was like, oh, yeah, I'm that Marquita. So, when we did start dating, which was August of 06, maybe it was 04. Yeah, it was 04 when I talked to him, because it was before I moved in Western Heights. So it was like October of 04 when we talked, and then we actually met in person August of 06, but we talked on the phone like every day, and we became friends. And like, I knew him more than the girls that he dated. And so when we got together, I think the reason why our relationship didn't work was because he lived in Newport and I lived in Knoxville, and I'm pretty sure that's an hour and 15 minutes away. And so it was just like, you know, you're too far, I'm not willing to move up there, you're not willing to move down here. And because I think we knew like everything about each other, it was just like, okay, well, what I knew about him, like, he had a bad boy reputation, and then when I dated him, he didn't. Like, and he, like, the stories that I heard and the stories that he told me and what I know to be true, like, I didn't see it. And people was like, oh, well, he's a punk and he's a loser and he's mean and he's gonna beat you. Never. He was never mean to me. He never laid any hands on me. He never even, like, was rude to me. And so when, like, me knowing that about him, like, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I'm gonna take a chance on dating him. Okay, well, thank you. Me knowing that about him, I thought, I'm gonna take a chance, because he's never, well, I'm not gonna say he's never gave me that he would ever hit me, because when we talked, we really wasn't talking like to one day date. It just was like, well, maybe, you know, I'm single, I've been single for like freaking 6 or 7 months, why not? So like we did that, and I think realistically, like with us knowing everything about each other and us being such good friends, that's why we didn't work out. And I'm okay with that, because it wasn't nothing that he did, and it was nothing that I did, in my opinion, that could prevent us breaking up. It was just, I think it was because it was like, okay, we're dating, and you know how I am, and you know, well, I knew how he was, and he knew how I was, and like, it was just like, okay, well, like, I know people usually marry their best friends, but I never, like, when we dated, I never seen myself marrying him, which is weird, because February of 07, we broke up, and then he got married March. I didn't. He got married March of 07. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, he was dating somebody else. Yeah, he probably did. We'll go throw the box away, please. You're probably thinking, oh, he was dating this girl the whole time. He wasn't. He met her, and she's like, well, I'm about to get my income tax, and I need to be married. And he was just like, well, I'm not going to marry you just for income tax. She's like, well, I love you, and like, I don't know what made him be like, okay, well, let's get married. Because I know what income tax, because they didn't file together that year, even though they got married before she filed. And but they didn't file together that year, but they did get married. And then by August of 07, like, they were divorced, because the bad boy came out, and she always asked me, well, what did you do when he hit you? And I'm like, he never hit me. And she goes, well, what did you do to make him not hit you? I don't know, like, because he's never even yelled at me. We never fought. He's never yelled at me. He's never hit me. So I have no idea. And then she's like, well, it's maybe because you're black. And I'm like, well, his first wife was black, and she got the business. And so I was like, it's not because I'm black. She's like, well, I don't know what you did different that I'm not doing. I'm like, I have no idea. Maybe it's because we were friends. Like, we talked for 2 years. Yes, I know it's empty. We talked for 2 years, and maybe that's the reason why he's never did that. Or it could be my mom's crazy. He knows Stella. Stella is nobody to mess with. So it could be that. But I don't know. Like, I couldn't honestly tell you why he never did. And I'm glad. I'm glad he didn't. And I'm sorry that he did with her. But I don't know what to say. I don't know how to tell her, okay, we'll do this. Or just don't be with him, because like, that wasn't even an option in her book. She was like, okay, I love him. Like, I don't want to be without him, but I also don't want to be with him beating me. So, but anyways, this is a long video, and I'm the only one talking, and I'm so long-winded. But hopefully y'all like this video, and just comment on it if y'all have any other suggestions or ideas of what I should do for my next video. Bye.